What's up, everybody? Evan here for Grips.com. I am back. Did you miss me? I do apologize that last month I wasn't able to produce the frequency of content that you guys are used to. But, you know, I was away doing my thing, getting a little break from the city life, slowing things down, and just living the dream a little bit, experiencing the life of a live tournament. I'm not even going to say professional because I didn't win any money, so I'm not going to act like I was a pro. But I had a really good time. I did a lot of self-reflection, and I learned a lot, and it was great. But at the same time, it's also great to be home, to be back in the lab where I can get myself ready for the next trip. So in this video, I'm going to give you what you need so that you can make sure that 2014 is going to be your best year ever. The way that we finish 2013 is a big predictor of how we are going to begin 2014 and how all of 2014 is going to go. So fuck waiting till January 1st to make your New Year's resolution. We're going to go through the empowerment exercises one more time and start those New Year's resolutions right now so that by the time the new year comes around, you're already going to have the momentum. You're not going to need to think about what you're going to do. You're already going to be doing it and you're just going to continue doing it. So in this video, I'm going to go over the empowerment exercises and introduce number 4, which is going to be one of the most powerful exercises I give you. Then I'm going to talk about my goals for next month. And for anyone who wants to stick around beyond that, I'm going to talk a little bit about my trips to Punta Cana and Saint Martin, or is it Saint Martin? I never really knew how to pronounce it, but whatever. I'm going to talk about it. And then at the end of the video, I have a special bonus gift for all Team Grips members and all random YouTubers who came along to and actually clicked this random video that they're like, who is this guy? Why? What was he talking about? I don't know, but I'm going to listen. Okay, so to review the empowerment exercises, we started with exercise number 1, which was set an intention. This exercise was about creating awareness and giving yourself a purpose, choosing something that you want to be better at so that you can focus your efforts towards improving that thing constantly. Number 2 was about being accountable. This involved tracking your progress, writing down what you were doing to help make that intention you set at number 1 something that was going to happen. It also involved writing down how you felt emotionally, physically, mentally, so that you could track what's working, what's not, what's helping you get towards this goal and what's taking you farther away from that goal. Number 3, huge one, and so hard to do, seems so counterintuitive because we all want to be perfect and no one wants to admit that they suck at anything, was admitting imperfection. This continues to grow your awareness. By acknowledging your weaknesses, you figure out where you can improve, where you can go stronger. By knowing what your starting point is, you can track whether you've actually made an improvement or not. If you won't acknowledge where you're at, you won't admit that you're weak in any area, well, you're not going to see any growth unless it's a huge amount of growth, which probably isn't going to happen if you can't admit these things. It's all about the addition of these small growth, small growth, small growth, small growth that eventually just becomes something huge that really gets you from point A to point B. That's how you make a task that seems super overwhelming become something you can actually do. So that was number 3, admitting imperfection. And now number 4 is all about attacking the issues. You know, we're going to get in there, we're going to take this challenge, and we're going to beat it down, we're going to fight it, and we're going to get it done. How do we do that? It's not that hard, and it really comes down to you. It's scary, right? You're going to have to do some stuff. I'm going to give you as much material as I can to help you achieve your goals. And the beautiful thing about the internet is that there's so much information just out there. You just got to look around and find it. You never know where it might be. But simply absorbing the information isn't enough. I have a bad habit of when I find something I want to learn about, I'll find videos and I'll watch, and I will just never stop watching. But at some point your brain just becomes kind of full, and they're like, dude, I can't fit anymore in here. You're trying to like squeeze little bits, and it's not gonna happen because your brain's so packed and so dense. Like, bro, gotta chill. So how do we free up that space so that we can have more to work with? Well, it's all about getting it out of your system. So got your poker journal, your book, whatever, your anything you want to call it, your diary, whatever. When you study something, I want you to write down your key takeaways. Take them from in your head, put them on paper, so you don't have to worry about remembering them. You've got it, easy access anytime you need it. Anytime you do something, you play a session, you have a conversation with a friend, you go to the gym, whatever, write down key takeaways from that experience, so that again, anytime you want to go back, realize what you learned or get some reference points, you can just flip through your book. You don't have to worry about forgetting something in your brain. Also, you'll be less stressed about maybe forgetting something because you have it in a safe place. This creates more space in your head, in your brain, so that you can absorb more information and get more done. It's all about growing your toolbox so that you can, get more things done, have more things to work with, have more resources, and yeah. It's not that hard. It's all about taking the time to actually write things down, put them on paper so that you have them in a safe place for easy access. So that's it. You've got empowerment exercises 1, 2, 3, and 4. And at the end of December, to kick off the new year, I will give you number 5. But in the meantime, 4, you got some pretty good stuff to work with. Anyone who actually applies all 4 of the techniques that I mentioned, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna fucking crush it. Whatever your goal is, poker, non-poker, emotional, career, anything. If you apply these techniques, you are going to fucking crush it. And that's what we all want, right? To crush it. The only secret is you can't crush it tomorrow. But if you accept that you're gonna slowly work your way up, eventually you're gonna start moving faster and faster and faster. And within a lot shorter time than you expected, you will be crushing it, but just know that it's not gonna happen overnight. It's a process that involves building momentum and then just letting the momentum just carry you until, well, you can't even believe the things that you're getting done. Okay. So, my goals for the month. I don't have them written down. I don't have like a fancy paper to show you guys because I've actually gotten to the point where my goals are now internalized. I will not recommend that you start by just internalizing your goals. If you're new to this process, write that shit down. Write those goals on paper, put them somewhere where you can see them, and reference them every day. Refer to them all the time. You guys watched me do this for like 6 months. It might have even been 9 months. I wrote down my goals every month so that I could look at them and be reminded of what they were. That process is so habitual to me now that if I know what my goals are, I can just internalize them. And it's crazy. I don't even have to really write down my goals because I'm living my goals all the time. I have such a major goal going on, which is that of winning the Aussie Millions, that every action I do is in line with making that a reality. So I will verbalize them for you guys, though, to put them out into the universe. Goal number 1. This is the one that you're going to like. Reconnect with fans. And what does this mean? It means I'm going to give you guys that training experience that you're used to getting from me. So this month we're going to review 4 MTTs. We're going to review the Carnival 2750 on PokerStars, the Bigger 33 on PokerStars. We are going to review the Friday 55 Challenge at 888, and finally we are going to review the Bigger 109 on PokerStars, where Team Grips members scored, I think it was like 52K. Heaps of cash. Also going to do 4 Project Get Me Stackins. And I haven't chosen which questions I'm gonna answer yet. So make sure you send yours into evan@grips.com with the subject line Get Me Stackin'. And hopefully I'll answer your question and help you get stacking. Finally, as a little bonus, I'm going to do a few cash game videos. I'm going to be bogged down with playing poker as well, so they will be on the shorter side, but I'll probably do some stuff between 5 NL and 50 NL. I haven't decided yet, but I'm just going to, give you those fun videos that you're used to where we just kind of remember that poker's a game. that we shouldn't take it too serious. So I'm going to show you guys that it's okay to just like let loose, have fun, relax, click some buttons, stack some fish, all that good stuff. Now, that's for you guys. Now, goal number 2, which you might like, but it's more for me, is to get into playoff mode. Championship's coming up, about 2 months away from the World Championship in Australia. And it's time to get into playoff mode, because winning this tournament, it's no fucking joke. This dream is not some fucking joke. It's not something that I like in the summer, like, oh, like I'll write down a little article and get people inspired. Like, no, I really want to win this fucking tournament. All right? So, you know, I'm doing everything in my power to make it happen. In fact, I want to win this tournament more than anything I've ever wanted in my entire life. So I'm not going to let anything stand in my way of accomplishing this goal and making this dream into a reality. Okay, I've already been doing this for 3 months intensely, 4 months even, making this thing real. And I'm going to continue with that momentum and continue to make this real. So, how do I do it? It's simple. It's very simple. I'm going to do at least one thing every day to improve my odds of winning the Aussie Millions. I'm going to do the things that my opponents are not doing. The things that they don't want to do, the things that they don't have time to do, the things that they can't be bothered to do. I'm going to do all those things and more. Whatever someone's doing that's good, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do the good things that someone else is doing that this guy's not doing. So I'm doing every good thing that everyone's doing. Now, just in case they're watching, I'm not going to go through my list of things that I'm going to be doing before the event. But after the tournament is over and everything's been finished, I will be happy to outline exactly what my training regimen looked like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, everything. I'll break it down for you guys once the task is complete. I hope you understand why I can't give it to you right now. So that's it for my goals. I got 2 goals. They're very simple, and it's just about doing things every day to reconnect with you and to get myself into playoff mode. That's it. So, if you're still here, we can talk about my trip a little bit. So as you may or may not know, for about 2/3 of this month, I was off in the Caribbean, enjoying the sunshine, you know, tanning on beaches, swimming in the oceans, eating good food. Really just living it up. And if you have the opportunity to win a package to a live tournament in an exotic location, go for it. Try to do it, because you may have the experience of a lifetime. I know I did. So first up was the Hard Rock in Punta Cana, which is like the nicest resort I've ever seen in my entire life. Shout outs to Hard Rock. You guys did an amazing job with everything. Just having a beautiful location, friendly staff, amazing food, running a great tournament. It's just everything was done perfectly. So it was a $1,500 tournament, $1,650 with the rake, multi-entry, 2 starting days, and I did play it twice, because the first day and the second level after dinner break, my ace king lost to jacks, and I was out. That was for, you know, double starting stack. Couldn't get much going. But the night before the tournament, I decided drunkenly that it'd be a good idea to play the $200 satellite that paid like 10 seats. Actually, you know, it was like 14 seats. And I was able to cash in that tournament despite having to do some crazy shit. I folded ace king pre-flop. I folded ace queen when there wasn't even a raise ahead of me. What? Anyway, so the first bullet was on the house, and the second one was good. I started off really well, doubled up my stack, then got in kings versus nines. Dude binked a 9, dropped me back down to starting stack, and they just went totally card dead. Card dead, card dead, card dead, all the way down to, from the starting stack of 30K, I had 6,500. And I got ace-6 of clubs under the gun, 8-handed, 800 big blind. Do you guys go all in? I didn't. I opted not to. And by the end of the day, I had 55K. I went into day 2 feeling pretty good. I think the blinds were like 8-16, so I had like, 35-ish bigs, comfortable stack. And I got a really nice spot. I picked up aces on the button against a player who had a lot of chips, well over 100,000, who was playing on the tighter side. He raised early position. And given that he'd been playing tight, figured he probably wasn't opening with some bullshit hand, and he'd be likely to, play a big pot. So I 3-bet him on the smaller side. He called. Flop was Jack 9-7 rainbow. He checked. I bet a nice half potish size, about 7,800 I think, and he just shoved it all in for 50K. I snap called. He had king jack and turn king, river brick. So that was for about 5x starting stack. Yeah, I lied. We started with 20K, not 30. That was about 100K pot, which was, like 65 big blinds or so. So if that's how I'm going to lose, I'm happy with that. Next tournament was the 1650 Caribbean Poker Tour in St. Martin, where the first day I played awesome. I got good cards. I played awesome, but I managed to 2.5x up my stack. So, no, 3, because we started with 20 and I finished with like 55. I had a good first day. And second day, I was bossing my table, and then I had this ridic hand where I raised ace-king, ace of diamonds, king of hearts on the button, small blind defended, flop king-5 deuce, all diamonds. He checked. I felt I had a lock on the hand, so I checked it back. Turn paired the 5, he checked. I bet 2,000 after having made it about 3K pre-flop. He check raised me to 7K, which I thought was weird, because I felt that he would lead his flushes on the turn, and other than that, I had pretty much everything beat. And he also looked like a player who was capable of making some plays. Thought maybe with my small bet size, and I induced him to spaz it out. So I called. And the river was a 6 total brick, and he did the rainbow bet, take some of these, take some of these, take some of these, take some of these. And I felt that he was strong, but my hand was just so nutty I couldn't fold. So I called, and he had ace-5 of hearts for a turn trip. So I kind of got 2-outed. Maybe I paid too much, I don't know. And then an orbit or 2 later, I got in 10s against ace-queen. I opened the cutoff. He 3-bet the big blind. I went all in. He called. That was for about 25 big blinds each, 4x starting stack, and I was not able to win that flip. So eliminated on another day 2. Then finally there was the World Poker Tour, where again day 1 felt I played quite good. I didn't get a great table draw. In fact, both of my table draws were pretty poor, but I was lucky enough to get hands against the few soft spots on the table, so I was able to build my 30K up to like 70K. And then I lost ace-king to ace-jack, and my big pot I lost. There was a raise, call, call, call. I was the 4th or 5th caller with king-9 of clubs in the big blind. Flop 10-8-7, 2 clubs. So check, check. Kid bets at it, and there's a call. Sorry, it was Jack 10-8. Either way, I had open ender with the flush draw. Jack 10-8 bet and a call, and at this point the bet was like 5 or 6K. I have 30K, so I check raised, committing myself. The first better went all in. The other guy folded. Ace Jack, top top. Kid had 9-7, flopped a straight, so he's a slight favorite. My equity's very close here. And the board ran out Jack, Ace. So ironically, the worst hand would have won, and the second worst hand didn't. But I lost that, which left me with like 6K, and then I made a nice reshove over a loose opener with ace 10 late in the day. She had ace 9. Even though I had no fold equity, I just felt like it was a good spot, so got that double, and I managed to finish the day with about 15K. Day 2, with no showdowns, I ran my stack up to 30, got a double up to 60, and then I got in queens against ace 10. The action was folded to the cutoff, who made it 3,800 at 500, 1,000. This player liked to make it large sizes. I look down at black queens, add another 5K on top, 8,800. He shoves in 40, 45K. I snap call. He's got ace 10. Queen, jack, 10, king, the 6. So that was for about 3.5 times starting stack, 105 big blind pot. Unfortunately, I lost that one. I think I could have done a lot if I won that pot, because my table was pretty soft. In fact, the only player I felt was a strong player was the guy who had the ace 10. So I think I would have ran it over if I won that. But I didn't. It didn't matter, because the trip was fantastic. I learned so much about live poker, tournament dynamics, other people, and most importantly, I learned a lot about myself. Despite not making any money, in fact, losing quite a bit of money, I had one of my most memorable trips ever. And the reason was because I was open to the experience. I was both willing and able to connect with people, and just excited to be there. You see, mindset. Mindset is so key. As you control how you see the world. Okay? Let me say it again. You control how you see, how you perceive the world, and therefore how you feel. Because what you take in, your perception, is going to be manifested in your brain to give you feelings throughout your body. All right? So if you have a positive outlook, you focus on good elements, you see the lessons in bad things that happen, you're going to feel good and be happy most of the time. If, on the other hand, you like to be a downer, you focus on what's not going your way or what other people have that you don't and why the world's unfair, you are almost guaranteed to be miserable. Okay? That's a little lesson that I've learned over the past 3 months, and well, talk about a game changer. You control how you feel. Now, on that topic of controlling how we feel, I've been listening to you guys, okay? And these white walls behind me, dem plain ass walls, they won't be so plain for much longer. I bought some beautiful paintings in the Dominican Republic. They're currently getting framed, and I'm super excited to have more color in this room and more color in my daily life. Pro tip, more color gives you more energy. And having things around that make you feel good also gives you more energy. So, thanks to everyone who pointed that out. I wish I got around to it sooner, but I found the right spot. These paintings are beautiful and they cost next to nothing. One of the benefits of spending some time in a developing country rather than the developed world. So, remember, the choice is yours and it always will be. Talking about feelings, it's something you can change with the snap of the fingers. But for many of us, it takes quite a few attempts. Got to snap here, and then a week later, we got to snap. A month later, try to snap, and eventually it just clicks. If it's something you really want, it will stick with you. If it's something you're like, maybe I'll do it because someone said I should, that's not going to stick. There's no oomph there. There's no power. So only try to do it. Only try to change it out if it's something you really want. If you don't care, don't do it. Simple. It's whatever you want. Okay? Since September, I've been on the biggest upswing of my life. And since this trip, I've been on a bit of a downswing. In fact, yesterday I had the worst Sunday I've ever had in my career, going something like 0 for 24 and losing like $4,500 in the process. It's $4,500 one Sunday session. That's what happens when you brick. But I learned things last session, and I definitely brought myself closer to being the player I need to be to win the Aussie Millions. So, you know, there's the difference in that. Some people be like, man, I bricked, I run so bad, I can't believe I lost. The world sucks, fuck it. Me, I learned some new plays. I realized that I can brick, have a losing day where nothing goes my way, and I'm still feeling fine at the end of it. I'm still breathing, I'm still happy. I'm still ready to get back on the tables the next day so that I can get back to my next upswing and not get caught up in some sad trap about how, like, I run so much worse than everyone. Okay? No one runs worse than anyone. You're going to have spells where you run good, and you're going to have spells where you run bad. It's all about maximizing things when you're running good and minimizing losses when you run bad. Everyone's luck ends up being the same, but people who focus on their bad luck are people who just maybe aren't that good at the game, or maybe aren't willing to do exercise number 3, admitting imperfection so that they can work on it. Okay? So anyway, I'm back to the grind, and I'm gonna get working on new videos for y'all. I hope you take this video to heart, put the empowerment exercises into play, and start becoming the player and the person that you've always wanted to be, because you have the power. It's all there. It's all there. Everything you need is already there. People like me, we just help you bring it out. That's it. You've got it. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. Anyway, anyone who made it to the end, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me, learn from me, listen to my bullshit, because you know, I like to share, and I hope to have more positive stuff to share with you guys in the near future. Here is a bonus gift for y'all. Click here. My friend Bo, also known as Neutral Ethics, prepared a really dope track for Team Gripst. So click this pop-up, check it out. I hope you enjoy it so much that it makes it into your grinding playlist. And of course, if this is your first Gripst video, or if you're just lazy, click that subscribe button so that you will be notified when these videos are going to be released. Remember, we got Big 20, Carnival 27, Big 33, Friday Challenge, Bigger 109, and all kinds of other awesome videos coming your way. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Evan for Gripst.com saying